Hello, my name is Carly Haynes, and I'm the Technical Support Specialist for the Distance Learning Program. Today's brief video is going to look at mobile learning, what it is, how to use it, and how you can include it in your classroom activities. So we're going to look at a few things today: social networking, smartphones, blogs, and wikis. And we know that technology is ever present in our lives. We notice it more and more with our students who are attached to their cell phones. And between an iPhone, an iPad, a laptop, or a cell phone, the internet is everywhere, and we know that students are accessing data constantly. Is there a way to make this academic? Can you incorporate these activities into the classroom? Some studies have shown that indeed this is possible. Let's take a quick look at the meaning of mobile learning. And to understand specifically how these features work, we need to understand what mobile learning is. Mobile learning is wide-ranging, and clearly it can include a lot of different things, but essentially it means that students can take learning on the go. Let's take a look at social media. Social media, we know, Facebook, Twitter, Blogger, anything like that. But what exactly is it? Again, we have another definition, and we see here that social media is broad and not very well defined. However, the main purpose of such media is to enhance social relationships, allowing users to interact with one another. One notable article mentioned that social networking can have positive impacts on students' self-image, which are psychological benefits. They can impact students' learning and self-esteem and their satisfaction with the course in general. Wikis are another great tool that you can use. They're also known as blogs, or could be considered a wiki or a blog, and they're a great option for doing collaborative work. There are a lot of different features that you can add onto a wiki, and wikis can be considered mobile technology that students can access from a computer or even from their phone. They can collaborate on papers, they can work on presentations, and there's a history button so you can see older versions of what's been added and updated. And instructors can be added to a wiki so that they can see the collaboration that's going on between a student group. Twitter, as we know, came about in 2006, and it's really burst into the scene. But what exactly can it do? Well, a university study at the University of Texas, Dallas, saw that when 70 students were in an experimental group, the students that were in the experimental group did use Twitter to communicate academically. And none of the students had known how to use Twitter before. So we see that Twitter does increase student engagement, and that students participated in the activities outside of class had better GPAs. Here's a sample of a Twitter page. You can see that we're following Wired, and essentially the Twitter feed is comments that the individual member can post, but also people that are friends or followers of the individual person can post as well. There's lots of different things you can do with a Twitter post, and there's certainly lots of different ideas as you can implement the Twitter into your classroom activities. It's an easy way for students to contact an instructor by simply tweeting them a quick message or question about a course activity. Here's a sample Facebook page. Facebook, as we know, is a great social networking site, and it's used by most students. It's a wide-ranging platform that reaches people all over the globe and can be a great way to communicate on many different levels. You can add video, you can add text, and there's lots of different ways to communicate with pictures and different feeds. This is a sample of the Temple Summer Sessions Facebook page, and it's a great way to demonstrate different activities that are going on within a course or within the Temple summer programs, but also to just keep interactions going with different followers or different friends. This could be definitely beneficial for a course, as we'll see. In an article, a study found that Facebook posts can be used academically. So students can interact with one another to review assignments, to share coursework, or to make sure that they're doing things properly for the course. In addition, other studies demonstrate that you can also use a Facebook page as a way to have students complete an assignment. For instance, for a history course, you could have students each create a historical figure and have friends that interact with one another and how they would go about interpreting their lives through a Facebook page through a historical perspective. So that's one sample that has been done with Facebook, and it could be used in many different ways. Smartphones. Most students have them. They're increasing daily, and the prices for them are continually going to drop. The great thing about smartphones is that they can connect to the internet and they can see assignments, go to Blackboard, and use various apps to complete different parts of their work. Lots of different scholarly apps are available, whether it's through the iPhone and iTunes apps or through Verizon or free apps that are available for different cellular providers. Lots of apps, including the attendance apps, allow instructors to keep attendance. You could collect data and easily store data, images, and figures in a phone, and that would be a great instructor use for keeping data. There's also content collection. You could have Dropbox and upload documents very easily so that they're saved and accessible all the time on the go. You can record notes to yourself, either listening orally if you have a recording device on your phone, or you could also simply take a picture of something and save it as a PDF. There's textbook tools so that students can download textbooks via an app and be able to see coursework in chapters. And then there's also planning lecture apps that are really convenient as far as helping to mind map and see what you're doing. I definitely take a look into these applications and see maybe if you have a mobile device that has the internet and can download applications, what could be useful for you and what you could see implementing into your course. There's also lots of different projects going on looking at social media, the web, the internet, and collaborating through wikis and blogs and making use of all the tools that are available. You can see here that Georgia Tech, Emory, and some others are trying to create a social network for peer-to-peer work so that students collaborating all over the world can share knowledge with one another and see the benefits of that. In addition, MIT has an open source network of lots of different courseware that's available for you to use and integrate into your courses. It's certainly worth looking at and definitely a great advantage because it is free and accessible by anyone. A few suggestions for implementation. Try and be open-minded. While it may not seem as regular to implement any of these tools or features into your class, keep an open mind with them and experiment with new technology. Try one app or try a feature that you might not have been open to. Try creating a blog for your course or a wiki page to have students add content as they go and have that as a reference so that when you teach future courses, you can share that with your students to show them what other student work looks like and how they can improve and learn from one another. Create a knowledge base, if you will. You could also try role-playing with social networks. As I mentioned, with a history course, you could create historical figures and how they would react and demonstrate their lives, keep a journal or a log of their daily activities, as it were, in a historical significant period. You could also try learning how the different platforms work. So just trying out Facebook or trying out Twitter, seeing how you could be using them and how you can follow along with people and students through these social networks. And then use the on-the-go nature of social media. You can implement real-life examples for the classroom, and you can be continually updating both a wiki and a blog page, even Facebook, Twitter, all the time so that students can actually see that you're integrating ideas and really trying to work with them and offer suggestions of real-world activities that relate to the content you're discussing in your course. Here's some selected readings. A more extensive list is available on the Blackboard module. Again, more works. Some of the images retrieved on here, just a little citation. We thank you for your time and hope this was useful. Look into some social networks, some apps, features that might be applicable to you in your personal and in your coursework. Thank you.